everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Look what I got. A mega zucchini. My daughter gave me this. They have a garden. And she said, Mom, here's a zucchini. Her husband David, his birthday's coming up on Wednesday. She said, David says he likes his zucchini bread sweet. So guess what? I'm going to be making some zucchini bread. I have never ever in my life made zucchini bread. Actually, I don't make much with zucchini, even though I've had it and I like it. I just don't think about it, you know, because it's not chocolate or peanut butter. But I am going to try this out. I am going to make one loaf, 9x5 loaf pan. I'm going to make one, and if I think it tastes good, then I will make another one for David. So, David, I am trying this out for you. Just so you know how big this is, like here's a salt shaker, vanilla. Okay, it's not that big. Anyway, let's get started. For this recipe, you are going to need 1.5 cups of grated zucchini, lightly packed. Do not drain liquid. So I'll cut the ends off of this and I'll start shredding it, getting it ready, grated, I guess you want to say. And then I will measure out 1.5 cups and I'll lightly pack it. 1 cup granulated sugar, 1/4 cup packed light brown sugar, 1/2 cup unsweetened applesauce. I'm going to use sweetened. Why in the world would I use unsweetened? Somebody out there tell me. I'm sure there's a logical reasoning. I am going to use what I have in the cabinet, which is cinnamon applesauce, and it does show that it has sugar in it. I hope the date's on this good. We'll see. Yep, we're good. 1/3 cup vegetable oil or your preferred cooking oil, 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1.5 cups all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon baking flour. It's not baking flour. 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 1/2 teaspoon ground cinnamon. So my cinnamon applesauce should be fine because it's calling for cinnamon, and it should be fine because it's calling for sugar. Just going to add a little extra sugary goodness to it. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and grate my zucchini. You know, probably what I'm going to do is not grate it like this. I should have had, it would have been handier to have a small zucchini. So I'm just going to cut a section of it off. But gosh, I'm going to have to make several recipes. Then we'll do it that way. Let's see what we have so far. Right there, lightly packed. I'm just going to add the rest of that. You know what? I did it perfectly. Right here is lightly packed 1.5 cups. So I still have about 2/3 of a zucchini left. I could fry some up in a pan. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees and spray your 9x5 loaf pan. In a large bowl, add the grated zucchini, which is 1.5 cups, lightly packed, not drained. 1 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup packed light brown sugar, 1/2 cup unsweetened applesauce. I'll see if one of these little 4 ounces will do it. Mine there again is cinnamon and it's loaded with sugar. Pretty darn close, pretty darn close. 1/3 cup vegetable oil, 2 large eggs. Well, I just dropped it on the floor, and you know the darn thing didn't break. It cracked all over the place, so I'm going to use it. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. So we will mix those together until they're well combined. Looking scrumdiddlyicious so far. Just kidding, it's not really. It will though eventually. Next, we'll add the flour, which is 1½ cups all-purpose flour. We'll add the 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon ground cinnamon. It says stir until just no dry flour remains. You don't want to over mix it. So let's gently stir it. It says pour batter into loaf pan. So what we're going to do is bake this at 350 degrees for 50 to 54 minutes. Not 53 minutes, not 55 minutes, but 54. A toothpick inserted into the center of the bread should come out with moist crumbs on it. So let's go ahead and put it in the oven for 50 to 54 minutes at 350 degrees. I put mine in for 50 minutes. Looks nice and golden brown. Now it says to let this cool for about 10 minutes in the pan, then we'll take it out and put it on a wire rack, and then we'll let it totally cool. I think that looks good. I'm just going to let it sit here. Yeah, it's a little sticky. It just looks like moist crumbs. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that looks good to me. So I'll be back in a little while and we're going to try this out. This lady here says to store this, once it's totally cool, to store it covered in the refrigerator. She said this bread is best served after it has been refrigerated for 12 hours. I don't know. I'm thinking I might eat some while it's still warm. I'm going to let it cool for about 10 minutes. I'll test it out and see what I think and let you know. But some people say to store it on the countertop for a few days, of course covered. Other people say you can store it in the fridge for up to a week. And some people say you can even freeze it for maybe 2 to 3 months, as long as you store it properly. So I'll be back in a few and we'll see what this tastes like. Guess I'm going to have to use a little bit of a spatula to help here. Just going to slowly push it. See if I can get it loose without ripping it. Yep, that helped. Okay, so let it cool. Doug and I just got back from golf cart riding for an hour and a half. It was great, wasn't it, Doug?
Good evening.
Good evening. So now I'm going to try this, cut this, see what I think. It says here that 1/12 of this, so if you cut it in 12 pieces, each piece will have about 200 calories. Looks nice and moist. It's not bad. Actually, it's really good. Very good. Here, Mr. Miller, put your hands in here. Oh, it's very good. Very moist. There comes the magical hands. Excuse my hair. Sorry about that. Nice and moist, isn't it?
Very good.
Now, can you actually taste any of that?
A little bit of that.
Very good. Taste is coming back. I'm just going to have a little bit more. You want it a little bit more, Doug? There you go, my love.
Smear that with butter.
Ooh, my. I would give this a 9 out of a 10. Especially since I normally don't eat zucchini, and I like that. So I will be making another one for my son-in-law. This we're going to keep, and some we're going to give away. So thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights, and I hope you have a great week, everyone. See you soon.